Hi friends, good morning all, and again welcome to SQL Master YouTube channel. I am Manju here, and I am going to discuss with you today the having clause and the aggregate functions. Okay, so before that, I go to order of SQL query and execution of SQL query. So what pattern the SQL follows? So this is what called as the order of SQL queries and execution of SQL query. So this is called the pattern of SQL query, order of SQL queries. So first it will be select, then it follows distinct, then from, then where clause, then group by clause, then having clause, then finally it orders. So select, it selects or retrieves the data from table. So distinct, it is display the result in distinct formats. Okay, only unique records. From, it will capture the record from the table. Where already we know that in our previous videos, it can apply the filter conditions to retrieve the particular range of data records. And group by mainly it groups the data of similar kind of data based on the particular IDs, okay, department IDs, and something concept is there. And having is also a filter condition which acts on aggregate functions. Aggregate functions are minimum, maximum, count, average, sum. These are called as have aggregate functions. Order by, the finally result will be going to order in ascending or descending pattern. By default it is ordering in ascending pattern. If we mention there in query in descending, then it will be arranging in descending pattern. So this is what the standard order of SQL query. So then execution of SQL query: from, where, group by, having, order by, select, and distinct. So this is what called as execution of SQL queries. So first, while executing the query, first it go to from, and then from which table, and it picks the data, and then it moves to where clause. It will check the conditions, which condition is applied here. Then it will move to group by. If group by clause is there, then it will take action upon this group by. And then it move to having. If it is containing any of the particular query containing having clause, then after group by it move to having clause. Then it will go to order by, whether it is in ascending order or in descending order. It will check the order, and then it selects the data, and then it is display the data. So this is what called as execution of SQL query. So I hope this is very easy to understand the things. So then I just move here to having clause. So having is filter condition we can apply on aggregate functions like count, sum, average, minimum, maximum. So aggregate function, what are the aggregate functions here? Aggregate functions are the functions which acts on multiple rows and returns single output as a result. For example, so this is, consider here, select first name and comma maximum salary from employees table, that is group by. So we have to first group by first name, having, here I am applying having condition on aggregate function. Having average of salary is greater than 5,000, so it has to display the average salary which is greater than 5,000 rupees, where it is condition is applying here on aggregate function. So we can't here use the where clause. We must have to use having functions. So this is what the thing here you must know the clearly. So then we move to SQL developer here, and I here shown you my table, that is employees table. So you can check by typing the query here, having query. So which contains query contains having clause. Select employee underscore id comma count of employee underscore id from employees table. Here I can use group by employee id, and here I can use having count of employee id which is greater than 1. So here this is the query to find duplicate records, but here I can show you I used here having function, that is on aggregate functions, having clause on aggregate functions. So always having clause is used with aggregate functions here. Okay, so see here, select employee id comma count of employee id from employees, group by employee id having count of employee id is greater than 1. If count of employee id is greater than 1, so it will indicate as it's containing duplicate records. So this is what the thing in which we can use having clause on aggregate functions. This is what the thing here what I want to show you. So just a second. Count of employee id which is greater than 1. Okay, if you press control enter, so it will not display any of the records because the table not containing any of the duplicate records here. But we learned here how to use having clause on aggregate functions. Okay, so this is what the thing here. So I hope you understand the having function properly. Okay, and also we know having function, having clause is used with the aggregate functions, count, sum, average, minimum, maximum, and the query goes like this. The query goes like this, and aggregate functions are functions which acts on multiple rows and returns the single output as result. So this is what the aggregate functions. And you can see here we also come to know that the order of SQL query and execution of SQL query. Okay, this is what the thing. If you like this video, like it, and kindly share my video and subscribe to my channel, SQL Master channel, so I can be with come with new queries, most of the interviews queries here. So thank you, bye bye.